Have you ever experienced the feeling of walking into a room and forgetting what you intended to do? Or have you ever turned the house upside down looking for your keys, only to suddenly realize they were still in your jacket pocket? Everyone has probably encountered moments like these, especially as they get older. However, for those over 60, this worry can sometimes be much greater. Because behind seemingly harmless forgetfulness lies a question that keeps many people awake at night. Am I starting to develop dementia? In fact, dementia, also known as dementia, is becoming one of the biggest challenges for the elderly worldwide. According to data from the World Health Organization, every 3 seconds, another person on this planet is diagnosed with dementia. And the age over 60 is the milestone when this risk soars. Why is that? Is there a way to slow down this process, to protect memory, clarity, and each person's independence? Let's delve deeper to find out. First of all, to avoid confusion when experiencing moments of forgetfulness, it is important to have a correct understanding of dementia. It is not simply about memory decline due to aging, but a serious deterioration of cognitive functions. Dementia not only affects memory, but also weakens thinking ability, language, spatial orientation, emotional management, and even daily habits. When affected, a person may forget how to cook familiar dishes, not remember the names of relatives, get lost on a street they have lived on their whole life, or have difficulty with tasks that seem very simple. There are many types of dementia, among which the most common is Alzheimer's, accounting for 60 to 70% of total cases. Next is vascular dementia, which often occurs after strokes or due to long-term damage to the brain's blood vessels. Other cases include Lewy body dementia, often accompanied by hallucinations and movement disorders similar to Parkinson's disease or mixed dementia, combining multiple different causes. So what causes the risk of disease to increase after the age of 60? First of all, it is important to understand that the human brain, no matter how advanced, cannot escape the natural aging process. From the age of 30, the number of nerve cells begins to gradually decrease. But it is only after the age of 60 that this rate truly accelerates. Neurotransmitters, the messengers responsible for transmitting information between nerve cells, also decline, causing the brain to process information more slowly. The blood vessels in the brain gradually lose elasticity, and the amount of oxygen and nutrients supplied to the brain decreases significantly. In particular, the ability to generate new nerve cells, which is the key to helping the brain maintain flexibility, is also severely impaired. In addition to natural aging, there are a number of common diseases in old age that contribute to an increased risk of dementia. Hypertension, diabetes, and high blood lipids, unwanted companions of the elderly, can all cause damage to the brain's blood vessels over time. Small strokes, sometimes without obvious symptoms, also leave small scars in the brain and gradually impair cognitive function. Even heart disease, by reducing the blood flow to the brain, is a factor that cannot be overlooked. Genetic factors and gender also play an important role. If someone in your family has had Alzheimer's, your risk of developing the disease is higher than average. Interestingly, women have a higher rate of Alzheimer's than men, partly because they generally live longer, which means they are exposed to risk factors for a longer period of time. Alongside that, lifestyle and living environment also have a strong impact on brain health. People who are physically inactive frequently consume a lot of sugar and saturated fats, smoke, drink alcohol for extended periods, or live in loneliness with little social interaction. All have a much higher risk compared to those who maintain a healthy lifestyle. Notably, dementia does not strike suddenly, but usually begins with very subtle signs. These may include forgetting recent events, difficulty finding words when speaking, getting lost in familiar areas, confusion when managing money, or changes in personality, becoming easily irritable or depressed. Early recognition of these signs is extremely important because timely intervention can slow the progression of the disease, helping patients maintain a better quality of life for a longer time. If you have ever worried about the risk of dementia, rest assured that not everything is beyond our control. There is a very simple activity, familiar to everyone, that science has proven can reduce the risk of dementia by up to 40%. That is, brisk walking. You might be surprised, as walking is generally considered a light form of physical exercise. But in reality, it is a golden remedy for the brain that nature has given us. When walking briskly, especially for at least 30 minutes a day, you not only exercise your muscles, but also improve cerebral blood circulation, increasing the amount of oxygen and nutrients that nourish nerve cells. More importantly, activities like walking stimulate the brain to produce brain-derived neurotrophic factor, BDNF, a miraculous substance that helps form new nerve cells and maintain the brain's resilience and flexibility. In addition to biological benefits, walking also has mental effects. When breathing fresh air and being exposed to natural light, people easily feel relaxed, reducing stress and anxiety, factors that can worsen cognitive decline. If you walk with friends or family, you also have the opportunity to chat, share, and activate brain areas related to language and emotions, thereby further enhancing brain health. Scientific evidence has confirmed this. A study of 1,600 elderly people showed that those who maintained the habit of brisk walking at least 3 times a week had a 35% lower rate of Alzheimer's disease compared to the less active group. In Japan, a country famous for many longevity villages, daily group walking programs for the elderly have significantly contributed to reducing the rate of dementia in the community. So, how do you turn walking into a habit? Start with the smallest things. Just 10 to 15 minutes a day, then gradually increase to 30 and 40 minutes is enough. You don't need to walk too fast, just enough to feel your breath slightly heavier and your heart rate a bit higher than usual. Combine walking with enjoyable activities like listening to soft music, joining a walking group in the park, or seeing it as an opportunity to chat with family and friends. And especially, try to walk at the same time every day, for example, early morning after breakfast or late afternoon when it's cooler. This helps the brain easily form a golden habit and maintain it long term. Besides walking, you can combine other measures to enhance brain protection effectiveness. A Mediterranean diet, rich in fish, green vegetables, olive oil, and low in sugar, has been proven to reduce the risk of dementia. Getting enough sleep, 7 to 8 hours per night, allows the brain time to rest, recover, and eliminate accumulated toxins. Exercising the brain through reading, playing chess, learning new skills, or maintaining social connections by joining clubs, volunteering, and regularly chatting also has a significant effect. Mrs. Land's story, at 68 years old, is a vivid testament to the power of a simple habit. 2 years ago, she was diagnosed by a doctor with mild memory impairment. Although worried, she did not give in to fate. Every morning, she persistently walked 30 minutes around the lake, combined with gentle yoga exercises. After 2 years, her memory remains stable, her spirit joyful, and she has not progressed to dementia as many feared. Mrs. Land shared, "With every step I take, I feel like I am reclaiming my youth, keeping my memories from being forgotten." Mrs. Land's story is also a reminder to all of us. Dementia is not an unchangeable fate. Although age, illness, genetics, and lifestyle are risk factors, we can still proactively protect our memory, clarity, and joy of life every day. You can start right from today. Just put on your shoes, step out the door, enjoy the fresh air, and walk briskly every day. That small action not only helps keep your body healthy, but also preserves the sharpness of your mind, protects your memories, love, and precious moments with family and friends. Remember, strength does not always come from extraordinary things, but sometimes from a simple habit repeated every day. Walking, even just 30 minutes, can be a strong barrier to help you fight against the risk of dementia, helping you live happily, healthily, and fully every day. And if you are 60 years old or older, don't hesitate to start today. Make every step meaningful, because it is not just a walking journey, but also a journey to preserve memory, protect the future, and nurture the soul. Every step is a declaration. Wisdom, health, and happiness are always within our reach, as long as you dare to start and persist every day.